patch notes are always going under the radar because who the f has time to read them when there's some hardcore fishing to be done. Chaos Accelerant got a sweet little buff this season as it finally got the long awaited increase from 1 to a whopping 2 fragments. This is actually huge because it opens up tons of build viability on arguably the most popular Void Walker aspect, which boosts the potency of a number of your Void grenades. The Vortex grenade is the one of choice here, mainly because of how devastating it is when paired with the duration increased offered from the Echo of Remnants. These grenades set you up perfectly to grant volatile rounds to your Void weapons from the Echo of Instability, but why settle for volatile when you can chuck in a 15% weaken effect and round it all out with Suppression 2, the full trifecta of Void debuffs in just one single weapon? No, it isn't Collective Obligation, it's actually Wavesplitter. The original PlayStation exclusive Void Exotic Trace Rifle got an update recently too, whereby its supercharged battery perk is activated on collecting an orb of power and instantly reloads it before then allowing you to dish out the pain of a 68% increase in damage for 10 seconds. This can be refreshed up to a maximum of 20 seconds on subsequent orb pickups, but the main thing is that whilst in this supercharged mode, applying damage to a target for 2 seconds will suppress them for 7 seconds. Suppressing a target will instantly deal with overload champions. This will also impact enemies' capability to fire weapons as well as any movement abilities. This then combines perfectly with the Echo of Domineering, which will also reload Wavesplitter on suppressing a target, allowing you to benefit from the maxed out damage for longer without needing to manually reload. This fragment also creates a Void Breach, and this brings us into the Seasonal Artifact. The Seasonal Artifact doubles down on Void Breach creation, as simply defeating any Void debuff target will also create them, and as you'll be dipping into all 3 Void debuffs through this build, you'll create them on tap. Collecting these Void Breaches grants you class ability energy as standard, but with Protective Breach it'll also grant you a Void Overshield. On top of that, you'll also trigger the Supernova perk by collecting a Void Breach. You'll get a 10-second timer to activate this, and it will trigger a weakening pulse within a 5-meter radius on dishing out your next source of Void damage, and this can be from any of your Void weapons or abilities. This instantly arms your Wavesplitter with all 3 debuffs at any given moment, but to truly take advantage of its destructive power, you'll need Devour. All good warlocks and some bad ones too know how good it is for instant health regeneration on subsequent final blows, but it's the boosted grenade energy it provides too, which is going to get you the volatile rounds consistently. We've already filled up our now increased 4 fragment slots, as the Echo of Persistence will increase the duration of Devour and your Void Overshield, and to be honest, you'll want to run Child of the Old Gods instead of the Feed the Void aspect, so you can send your Void buddies to be a menace to society, weakening targets within a large area. This is because you can actually run all 3 Void Walker aspects if you slot on the sleek and sexy Secant Filaments. These will grant Devour to you on casting your Empowering Rift, and because you've got both Devour and Child set up here, you'll be constantly drip fed health, so the boosted damage from an Empowering Rift will work a treat. You won't need to worry about your Rift cooldown either, as between Void Breaches, defeating targets affected by your Void buddies, and bolstering detonation will have you covered. Harmonic Siphon and triple Void weapon surges will always keep your Wavesplitter maxed out, and Ashes to Assets will go some way to helping you Nova Bomb everything out of existence. Make sure to run a high resilience stat as well, and there's nothing that this build can't do. But if you want a top tier Void heavy weapon to slide into this build, find out why you need this by watching this video next.